How long you been married?
Almost 30 years.
Where did you find this woman that's making her own bagels?
I know. It's
you
kind of
tell
crazy.
me anyone you've ever heard of Jimmy making your own bagels.
Let me tell you something. Your wife has never made a bagel.
Live from New York City, it's the Hospitality Hangout podcast with the restaurant guy and the finance guy. And joining us today, I got to tell you, we've got a great guest, part of our No Kid Hungry miniseries, Mr. Barry McGowan, the CEO of Fogo de Chão. Jimbo, let's kick it off because we're excited.
We are excited. I want to welcome you all more formally to a special mini-series, as Schatzy just said, of the Hospitality Hangout. We are shining a spotlight on the incredibly important group, charity, the No Kid Hungry, and specifically their CEO pledge to end summer hunger. My name is Jimmy Frischling.
Hey, Jimbo, by the way, it's not just summer hunger. I know that's what it says.
Oh, just end.
It's a continuation. No Kid Hungry's mission never stops.
Never stop.
It's No Kid Hungry ever.
Ever. Okay, you know what? Let's raise the bar.
Just wanted to make sure that we just cleared that up.
Good point. I'm the finance guy. I'll introduce my partner, Schatzy, also known as the restaurant guy.
And thank you for that kind introduction, Jimbo. And I got to tell you, we are super excited.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
You know something? Listen, the Hangout, I got to tell you, Jimbo, I don't know, we're 400 episodes in. Our guests keep getting better. We're paying a lot more money than we used to pay for our guests.
We tripled the take. We tripled it. For Barry, give him 4 times what we pay the other guests.
Yeah, no, and believe me, and let me tell you, his team, they were tough negotiators. They were not ready. Believe me, it was a lot of money we had to come up with. But all kidding aside, I don't know if you mentioned this, Jimbo, but 31 million kids across America, childhood hunger. So I got to tell you, in a country like America, something, one thing we can all agree on. No kid should ever go hungry, right? That's one thing I think we can all agree on.
I think we can. And that kind of dovetails on the summer challenge, which again, you're right, we should end it permanently. However, there are 31 million kids at risk, particularly during the summer months, summer breaks.
When school's
because
out.
Schools are out. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of these students, a lot of these kids, they rely on whether it's the free meals that schools provide or the reduced price meals during the school year. And when schools close, this challenge, this food insecurity, it becomes an exacerbated and highlighted and a heightened issue. So parents are suddenly faced with really a disastrous, impossible choice of do they buy groceries or do they pay their bills? And that's really what No Kid Hungry and really a tremendous group of CEOs and restaurant companies are taking on.
Jimbo, I can make a joke pretty much about anything. People have never said that I'm a serious person. I can't. There's no joke.
Let's not joke.
There's really no joke. This is serious stuff, and we're super, super excited to partner up with No Kid Hungry because what they're doing is really making a difference. And I got to tell you, and it's also folks in the restaurant business, like what Barry's doing over at Fogo de Chão. We're going to dig into it, but really, really help make a difference because they have made a pledge to No Kid Hungry to raise quite a lot of money.
Yep.
I'll let Barry get into the details because there's a lot of zeros. And it's big stuff. So
and look, that's why we partnered with No Kid Hungry. We are going to bring some executives, some CEOs who have stepped up to address this challenge. And I'm happy to say we get to kick it off with Mr. Barry McGowan, the CEO of Fogo de Chão.
Barry's like, do I ever get to speak or do I just have to try and laugh at your bad jokes? You know what I mean? Well, listen, I got to tell you, we're going to bring the Fogo de Chão, just so you know, it is the Brazilian steakhouse. Like that is the world leader, the world dominant. There is nobody. Nope. They put the Brazilian in the steakhouse. They are the world leaders, right? And Jimmy, you've been there.
Do I look like a guy that hasn't been?
I got to tell you. You know what? When Jimmy comes in, that's when the stock goes down. It's like they lose money. Barry's looking at the P&L. He's, what the hell happened last week? Like Jimmy ate the restaurant. He's getting his money. Listen, how do you become the CEO of the Fogo de Chão? That's what I want to know, right, Jimmy? Well, Barry's going to tell us, but I'm going to tell you what I got from his third grade teacher who told me that he came to America, very interesting, from Germany at age 13. Didn't speak a word of English, Jimmy. Fluent German, not a word of English. But he experienced, I don't know if that's true, by the way. I may have made that up.
He may have spoken a little English.
He may have spoken broken English. Okay, but anyway, but he really did know food insecurity firsthand.
Yeah.
So he started working at McDonald's at age 13, like so many of our CEOs that run the best restaurants in the world, you know.
Shatsy, what is McDonald's known as I tried to tell you earlier?
It's the Harvard of restaurant
Harvard
something.
Business School.
Harvard Business School. I knew there was something.
Of fast food restaurant
It's
industry.
the Harvard Business School, and I got to tell you, 13 years old, and he said he was 16. He lied. Because whenever they couldn't hire 13-year-olds, you know, I don't know.
Usually frowned upon.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but you know, they changed the rules all the time. They weren't allowed to work. He lied, but he shaved, had a full beard, and so he was very easily accepted in. Started in maintenance, fixing fryolators and light bulbs and the toilets and all that kind of stuff. Worked his way up. Went to work at Brinker International. You know, Jimmy, and that's big stuff. Spent 11 years over there. Okay. Macaroni Grill, right? Became the COO, right? And I got to tell you, in 2013, they recognized over at Fogo de Chão, they're like, what is going on with Macaroni Grill? What's going on at Brinker? They're making money hand over fist. Who is it? They recognized it was Barry. They steal him with some crazy contract. Barry's going to tell us how much money he makes, but not right this second. He can tell us. In 2013, then he becomes CEO 2019. 12 years later, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Barry McGowan, the CEO of Fogo de Chão. I just love saying that, Jimmy. I'm going to say it as much as I can.
It's fun to say. Barry, how much did Shatsy get right there?
Well, he got some of it right, which is great. Listen, Michael, Jimmy, thanks for having me. I'm so just pleased to be here at the Hospitality Hangout. You guys do so much for our industry, and sharing good news is great. And I cannot tell you how much we appreciate your partnership with Share Our Strength, which you two are doing, with a very noble
I think,
cause.
for our listeners, Share Our Strength is like the parent of No Kid Hungry, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure everyone knows that.
So,
we're talking about the same thing.
But the idea of the organization started by Billy and Debbie Shore was just to share strength, but the idea was how to end childhood hunger. Yep. So the pledge for summer you guys spoke to, I'll give a little bit more detail, but my background really, just to be clear, I came when I was 13. When I was 14, I tried to get a job. My brother was a manager at McDonald's, so I grew up in the industry. And McDonald's did teach me everything about the business. Hamburger University was a desire of mine.
Harvard, right? That's the Harvard of, what was it, Jimmy?
Yeah, it really is. It's just a great business model. If you think about that, I'm, quite a bit older. So, 40 years ago, for a little older than you guys.
Get the hell out of here. Jimmy's 68.
I'm going to take it up a notch. Back.
But I would say the difference is the owner-operator there convinced me I can own my own McDonald's one day. And I tell everybody at a very young age, I was 16, it changed my life because that's when it defined, hey, I could do this. Not only did they train me, they fed me, they gave me opportunity, they did everything they could to help point the way. I grew up in the industry, traveled with my brother, I found restaurant jobs wherever I went to college, bartending, and
I love it. Bartender. Talking to two bartenders over here. Jimmy can mix up an amazing Macallan 12 on the rocks, by the way. He can do that like no other bartender I've ever seen. He takes a Macallan 12, he pours into a glass, puts ice in it. You've never seen anything like it. Jimmy?
Nothing like it.
Nothing like the way he does it.
It's delicious. That's true. It's very refreshing.
Point being is, I got to be in the industry a lot, and I learned to love it, not just because it was a great place to work. It was business, but it was consumer-centric, and at the heart of it is the people that work there is what drove me. The whole mission behind our industry is we hire people from all over the world, different stages of life. Some become professionals. They stay like myself. Right. Some go on and be superstar rock stars.
How many Fogo de Chãos are there right now?
There's about 110 globally. There's 110 globally. And we only have 85 in America.
That's what I wanted to get to because you guys have been international for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Give me a couple of countries that you're in just for our listeners, because there's some really crazy places.
So we are from Brazil. This is, like you said, we are the category and brand leader of this category, if you would. Yep. We started in Brazil, in southern Brazil, 45 years ago. And we've been in America for 28 years. Our first location in America was Addison, Texas.
Really?
So that's really how we started. Today, we have 85 restaurants coast to coast in America, from LA, New York, to Miami, to Kansas City, Dallas, to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we've proven portability over 28 years. Our style of dining, the culinary art form, and the authenticity all resonate with the American consumer, mainly because it's all customizable. It's in the moment, and it's all whole food, superfoods, good for you.
When you started back in 2013, how many stores did you guys have?
Well, I started here. We had probably about 28, and we had several in the pipeline. So it was pretty small. We were just went from privately held and private equity with the owners and founders to private equity. So I joined some of the operating partners who were founders and private equity and helped build the team, the strategy. We took it public, went too soon. We took it private, and then we tried to go public 2 years ago. And we did another transaction, all keeping in mind that, all those transactions are leading to our ultimate goal of just being the best in class, authentic restaurant from Brazil in every major capital city of the world. So
is it fair to say, because you started, you know where I'm going with this, Jimmy, right?
I know where you're going with this.
Because is it fair to say that when you started in 2013, there were 28 stores, and now there's 110, right? Is it fair to say that Barry McGowan was the genesis for the growth? That if they did not have Barry there, they would just have 28 stores, maybe 29 if they were lucky?
No.
That is a fair assessment. Am I right?
No, that's not.
Where am I wrong? I'm connecting dots. You started 2013, they got 28 stores. You're there now, and they got 110.
Well, this is what I got to join a team of very capable founders and people.
Always got to bring a team in. I'm trying to give you all the credit, Barry.
No, listen. I said I would have bartended for him. I said, let me bartend for you. I met the founding operator, Salma, Larry, the previous CEO, and just was encouraged just to join them because it was a unique story, and it was in a position that it could grow organically. So really, if I were there or not, the brand is bigger than anybody there. It would have kept growing. Now, what we have done really well is we've had really good ownership. We have really good strategic partners in private equity, from Thomas Shilley Partners to Roan Capital.
Can you tell us the private equity firm? Is that a, do we have to be like an NDA or something like that? Is that?
No, they're just owners. It's, they're, by the way, very critical to any growth story. We were just big enough that we can have the right size of private equity to take us along our strategy to create and unlock value for them and our team members. Remember, our purpose is to grow restaurants, to employ people, and at the end of this year, we'll have 10,000 team members in our company. Wow. Again, getting back to solving hunger and why this industry is so important, you guys are very familiar with it. We hire a very eclectic group of people. Some people that won't get hired in other companies, but we give them opportunity, we give them a job, we feed them, and we create incredible careers for them. So for us, it's very meaningful, and being part of a community, it's very powerful to do that. So I'd just say this, the brand is bigger than myself, all of us around. We just have great people, great history, and I tell you, a team of people that are committed to making sure we do it right all the time. So I'm really blessed to be part of a team of exceptional hospitality people, and thrilled about where we're going here in the next 10 to 20 years. So,
Barry, thank you for sharing all
that. We're just getting started.
I believe that. Listen, I want to start off with, because I think it's a story that really captures not just the restaurant industry, but why the restaurant industry is uniquely to help address and help fight childhood hunger. As Shatsy mentioned at the top of the show, you came to America as a 13-year-old, and you experienced food insecurity firsthand. And how does this experience, if you wouldn't mind sharing it, help your leadership today, especially when it comes to joining an initiative such as No Kid Hungry and the CEO Pledge?
Sure. Well, look, our industry is about feeding people. When you take that and you realize that our employment base come from a lot of kids like me who need a job, who don't have skills, some of them don't have high school degrees, to also people I would say this at every age demographic, who might lose a job or might be transitory. Even college kids are looking to become doctors, need part-time work. We attract that eclectic group. But I would say this, there are a lot of people in the industry who grew up food insecure. So we're drawn to it because, one, there's food. Two, if you could work and get along with people and then serve others, it's very empowering. But going back to why it matters and why, feeding those in need matter, it's fundamental to any community. It's foundational to our industry. Remember, we're the second largest employer in America behind the U.S. government and military. And when you think about our base of employee, a substantial part of it grew up food insecure. So we're taking folks from a point of need into a professional environment, helping them along and giving them a pathway to being self-sustained. And this is why I would say people in our industry identify with that. They grow up, they see it, and then they appreciate the fact that they can help support others who might have that need. So it just goes back to being part of a community. Our industry is incredible about it. It's not just Fogo de Chão. It's the owner-operator at McDonald's, at other franchisees. It's the way I was treated, trained, and developed at Brinker International under Chili's. You know, the whole history of the industry has done nothing but really great things to offer opportunity for anyone and everyone, very openly and respectfully. And I would say our industry gives back all the time.
Would you say the restaurant industry is a place where you're hiring folks that might otherwise be, quote unquote, unhireable in maybe instances because some businesses require a college degree or some interests require some skill sets? And you're saying in a restaurant, I can come in with very little skill set, so to speak, outside of willingness to learn, willingness to work hard, and we can train you. And look at yourself, 13 years old, you know, you weren't even supposed to be working there, but, you know, they didn't ask too many questions back then, I guess, you know. Though you had the full beard, so they figured you probably was 16. and now you're the CEO, so you are the example. You exemplified. Someone gave you an opportunity. They saw somebody in you, and you stuck with it, and you were like, you're the man.
Well, it's a 45-year journey. So I kind of go back to, you said it. Look, you know, everybody is on a path or a career, but getting work is hard a lot of times, especially at entry level. But I would just say it is unique to our industry, and it's the most eclectic group of people in the world. And we all seem to get along, and it's just a great thing. I mean, look at you two. You guys are like
bunch of idiots.
No, you're just restaurant guys hosting hospitality, but you're different, and that's a subset of being working a shift every day. It's that much fun and much energy.
Wouldn't trade it for the world.
The most democratized industry I've ever seen, witnessed, or otherwise.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
Tell me what's not hard work. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You know, it's really hard. Well, if it was really easy,
I think Dire Straits might have an answer for you, but let's not.
There you go.
Let's not digress.
Is that money for nothing?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have that on my playlist, Jim. I wish you would have told me you were going to bring that out.
Coming to me?
What, Jimbo? I was just, I'm looking here.
Sorry, I want to jump into.
It says, Jimmy, ask a question. It says that right here.
I want to go back to something that I understand you shared with our producer that really captures one of the fundamentals about our industry. That you told Julie, our partner, we feed our team so our team can feed others. And I think this isn't just about the meals that an employee gets, the shift meal, but about creating a culture where you're taking care of people is what we do, and that's really our ethos. So at Fogo de Chão, you're not just serving guests, incredible meals. You're also investing in your team members, and you talk about the well-being and their families and their futures. Can you walk us through this philosophy and how it plays out in practice? How do you take care of your team? Because if you do that, it's going to ripple through, and it's going to really impact how they take care of your guests.
Our vision is obviously to create fire and joy with our team, our guests, and our community. And that hospitality is a culture of that. So you hire people that maybe other people don't. So you align on values, work ethic, and you get them together. You train them to what to do. But in the end, we start with the meal. We have a family meal. We sit down, we eat, and it's just completely different. This is what I'd say, whether I'm in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, or I'm in Istanbul, Turkey, or in London, or in San Francisco, or New York.
Barry's showing off, name dropping where all the stores are.
No, well, I'm just saying, if I sit down and have a meal, it transcends culture, transcends language. It's universal.
Yes, it is
universal.
universal.
When you do that every day with your family, you have your employees, you treat them like family, and you feed them. It's more than just a job. You've got work to do, but you connect at that moment, and you understand what that means. You're serving each other. You clean up and you stand up. Now you serve others. That's part of where we start. Now with that, the first dollar of revenue we get, we invest right back into our people. We don't manage labor. We invest in labor every day. We invest, train, and then we The second dollar goes to quality ingredients, the asset.
Barry, Jimmy just wrote that down. He's going to use that in his weekend newsletter, by the way. He'll give you attribution.
I will give attribution. Shachi's right. I wrote, we don't manage labor, we invest in labor.
I love it. That's great.
Every day.
Barry, did you make that up? Is that yours?
No, it's the truth. It's what you do. And by the way, our industry does. It's what we do. I think we don't get credit for it.
Yeah.
Now, when you feed them, that's an investment, but that's also a play stake of, we do become a family. And you guys work in a restaurant.
They call it the family meal, right?
It's like, boy, you're working together with people you know. And then the last thing, and this is where it goes to No Kid Hungry, we also have to be in the heart of the community. You have to serve your community. When the Texas floods happened, we didn't have to tell our team what to do. They stood up and went straight to work. They started bringing food to first responders. They started setting up stuff. They started raising money. All the restaurants in Texas held a day of fundraising, raised money. Our fund, complemented that. So that's just what we do.
That's awesome.
So No Kid Hungry is really big part of that. We've been partners with them for over 10 years.
I just want you to elaborate. I know you're just talking about it, but I want to make sure. What is the CEO pledge at No Kid Hungry? That's what I want to know.
So it's a commitment by CEOs, not just restaurant industry, but we've got CEOs, 16 CEOs that have committed. We'd love to keep bringing CEOs on, but just the restaurant industry alone, some from Chipotle to, Domino's to
Denny's. I think Denny's, right? Dutch Brothers.
Denny's,
some of the biggest and the best.
And some of the biggest best.
Yep.
So we're a small part of it, but the pledge is really about us making the commitment to share all that we can do together, encourage other CEOs to commit in a way that benefits them, their team members, their employees, and their community. It's a triple win. So if we all come together, make a pledge, and help drive awareness to this idea that 1 in 5 children don't get a meal, do not have a meal, that go hungry, that we know that we can all, regardless of backgrounds, where you're from, your language, we all agree that we can solve this. And this is what Billy Shore and Debbie Shore and the team at No Kid Hungry do so well. They have helped build a platform where we can all, no matter where you are, the CEO of Macy's, retail is a huge partner. So it's not just restaurants, it's food.
And Citibank, I think, is a big partner, right?
Citibank's a huge partner. And it just shows you, and it's growing. So when people realize that, look, 10 cents will connect a meal to a child in need. 10 cents. So there's a lot of things you can think about. And the CEO pledge right now is about, we have worked, the team at No Kid Hungry and Sheriff Frank have worked so hard over the last 40 years to bridge programs for school, like meals in the classroom so that kids don't go hungry, demystifying all of this to ensure that during school, remember our first obstacle was weekends. Remember the scariest part of the school year is Friday, you got to go home. And if you're food insecure, the weekend's really long. Yeah. Well, now take that to summer. 31 million kids during summer in the United States are without meals. Shocking is to believe that this could be solved. So look, I'll say this is the thing that probably is not spoke to enough. The team at No Kid Hungry worked with both Democrats and Republicans, and this is like nobody writes about this.
Like I said, this is not an issue that anyone can say. It's just
you get
universal.
2 people together, 2 different parties, and you say we can solve this.
Yes.
So they basically unlocked $29 billion of resources that were already committed to by the U.S. government that just could not be distributed properly.
A lot of red tape in the government.
So No Kid Hungry facilitates all that. So the CEO pledges to raise $100 million across industries for the summer to basically take all the administrative stuff away, work with school districts, states, and communities to connect those resources so the meals go to kids, specifically in rural areas where remember, parents can't take their kids somewhere to get a meal. They can't do that every day because, as you know, in this scenario, it's not like nobody's working. Parents are working. They just don't have enough means to do both. Mm-hmm. And they can't take their kid to go get a meal.
Yep. But this can be solved. I
want to give you one piece of good news. So look, since the pledge started 2 years ago, we went from 2.8 million kids to having 18 million kids on this program. That's how quickly the team at Share Our Strength are working to get these resources to where they matter most. So, join the pledge, help us close the gap to the 31 million complete. And then, as you know, we still have a lot more work to do. This is a biggest impact we can do. So anyhow, really really grateful for your support and help.
I think you made it clear, but I just want to highlight, America doesn't have a food shortage issue. We don't have a lack of food. As Barry, you were describing, it is actually, Schatzy said red tape, it was the logistics. The fact is we produce plenty of food.
Probably throw away more food than we eat.
Yes, and we throw away a lot of food because it's not easy to get the food that we create to the people that need it most.
Exactly.
So I think that is part of the great work that Share Our Strength and No Kid Hungry and this pledge is doing, is to bring awareness that the reason why you're able to be so impactful, as you just said, from 2.8 million kids to 18 million, is because the work that No Kid Hungry was doing was actually now addressing getting the food that we have to the people that need it most. I think that's what's amazing, and that's why it is so impactful.
They're cutting through the bullshit, Jimmy, and getting what you need. And there's a lot of bullshit out there. That's what they're doing.
There's no political issue here. It's just a will and a desire to know that this could be solved. And that's where the epiphany comes in. Yeah, we can solve this if we all just say, what else can we do?
Let's change gears. No Kid Hungry is awesome, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. But I do want to change gears because I do want to talk a little about Fogo de Chão.
Fogo de Chão. I'm going to teach you Portuguese. Say Fogo de Chão.
Fogo de Chão.
Oh, wow. That's
big.
Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão.
So you guys speak Portuguese now. You're bilingual.
Thank you. Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão. So let's just talk a little about that because it's a fun restaurant, right? It really is a fun place. It's great. And you've got the gaucho chefs running around. You got the knives in the back of your office over there. You're ready to chop up some meat. I hope it's just meat and not anybody who makes a mistake or pisses you off. But let's talk a little about tell me a little bit about the menu at Fogo de Chão. What's your go-to? Tell me a little bit about it. I walk in, what's my experience?
The beautiful part is there is no menu. You get to basically experience a little at a time. So the idea of the anticipation and reward when you eat out, when you look at a menu, you order your steak, you wait, you get it, you take a bite, take your second bite. Okay. Then you're looking at Jimmy's plate going, hey, Jimmy, can I have a bite of yours? So at Fogo de Chão, you don't have to do that.
How do you do it? Tell me, because Jimmy's been there.
We slow roast all day long, and we bring it out when it's cooked to perfection, and we ask you, would you like to try some fraldinha or picanha? Your choice. We carve it to the plate, and you get it hot and try what you want.
Barry, if there's no menus, can I ask you a question? Do you charge me? Or is this all like a charitable? Because I know you're loving the No Kid Hungry thing. Is this Fogo de Chão a charity also? And you're just giving me the meats?
No, it's a fixed price. So for one price, and the way I like to say it is for the price of a center cut filet in a fine dining steakhouse, you can have whatever you want at Fogo de Chão, and as much as you want.
Really?
So you can pick what you like, and you can customize it. If you know how to Fogo, you Fogo really efficiently, and you just tell the chef what you like, how you like it, and they bring it to you.
It's like a verb. I'm Fogoing.
It doesn't really make sense.
So my favorite cut is fraldinha, but I love lamb chops.
Yep. If everyone orders lamb chops, I mean, don't you lose money? If everyone just would be like today, everyone's ordering lamb chops. Doesn't that kill you?
No. Well, it costs, but I would say it's not ideal, but we don't care. Look, if that's what you want, we're going to serve you just lamb chops. Now, you don't come to Fogo de Chão with just lamb chops. You're kind of dining with your eyes. You're kind of go, ooh, I'll try the lamb too. Or, hey, let me try that ribeye. It looks great. So it's really about experiencing all you can and getting exactly what you want. So curating in the moment.
I'm getting hungry,
you and Jimmy could sit there and both have two different meals. I know Jimmy's a vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
But you can get plant-based proteins on the market table. You can get papaya, which is an incredible superfood.
So what's the market table? Is that I go up and get it, or everyone you bring it to me?
So I say this: a lot of people today go to fast casual. They get a burrito or a bowl going down the line with 10 options.
Right.
Fogo de Chão, you go to market table with 100 options. And you can get anything from prosciutto to smoked salmon to roasted cauliflower to...
There's different types of salads.
So it's everything.
Everything.
Everything you could possibly want on the side of all of your proteins.
Charcuterie board, a cheese board.
I love it.
Really.
When did you go to Fogo de Chão? There's one in the city.
There's one in the city. I went there for my nephew's graduation.
This was recently.
This was recently.
What's on 3rd Avenue?
The one off 6th.
So you're right by the MoMA Museum.
Yes,
so
right by.
Listen, I want to invite you both to our newest open in World Trade Center. We're on in Midtown is 18,000 square foot. World Trade Center is 5,000 square foot. Love to have you guys there. And bring your family that week.
No, I really do enjoy it and have a super good time. First of all, I love how it's really, you want to talk about experiential dining.
Yes.
This is an adventure.
And it's got to smell amazing.
Oh my God. So you see the market table and it's bursting with stuff. And there's so much good stuff you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. They explain how it's going to work. You have this card, red, green, whether you want to keep going, keep some being invited or otherwise.
Have they ever seen anyone keep the green as long as you?
I have to tell you, we had a good time. I will say that I think it's, for my family, it's a particularly pretty good deal because we enjoy.
Yeah, we have some big brothers.
We had some big family, and we have a good time. My 8-year-old daughter came with us, and of course she came with us. And there was like the idea that she was going to be like dining differently because she was the youngest by a decade, and she was like, she wanted to go with the cousins. So when the cousins got up to go to the market table, that's where she wanted to go. But I feel like there are such amazing choices. When you mention how you're starting to feed people, these whole foods and healthy foods, there's certainly an abundance, but there's also a freshness. And when you think about the parallel to No Kid Hungry, it's not just feeding people, but it's also about nutrition, and it's about, whole foods that children do need to eat. So what role, at the end of the day, I think you guys are great value, as you said, for the Fogo meal. It's really the price of one tremendous entree at a steakhouse, and you get this whole experience. But what can upscale concepts like Fogo play in changing how we think about making quality nutrition accessible and appealing to kids?
You bet. I think, most restaurants, I would say, I think our industry got into a rut of offering, just simple foods. And I have to say, I've been in the industry a long time. We put healthy foods on kids' menus, and, the kids still want chicken tenders. So the parents get to choose. So optionality is still there. So the key is optionality. Fogo de Chão, we just don't have those options. Since we don't have a menu, your niece has to get up at 8 years old, and what she gets to do, what's exciting is she gets to discover what she wants, and she gets to try at no risk. So that idea of anticipation reward, you see it in an 8-year-old really well, because that's part of the experience. Is you get the value. You're not told no, and you get to choose. And so it's really simpler way to dine.
I am going to Fogo de Chão.
By the way,
not tonight, though, Jim.
We were just invited. Let's join.
We're going to go. We're going to go check out that new place.
I can't wait for you to meet Cesario and the team. They just opened. Love to get your feedback.
You sure you want Jimmy to go back to him? He just told you. We do. And you saw you saw your P&L that 2 weeks ago when he ate there. You saw a bleep. By the way, what happened?
I play very fair at Fogo de Chão because I really do enjoy the variety. You're not going to see me come and just hit lamb chops because I'm
the same way. The variety is what makes it so craveable.
It special.
It's just, it's so exciting.
I'm excited. All right, listen, we got to take a quick break. I got to take a quick break, Jimbo. I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting yelled at by Julie. Listen, don't go away. We're going to be right back. We got Barry McGowan, CEO of Fogo de Chão. We're talking No Kid Hungry. And I don't want to say more importantly, but we're also talking about how delicious Fogo de Chão. And they're Fogo de Chão. And there are 110 locations. And there's a location near you and a little trivia. We'll be right back, so don't go away. All right? Got a lot more show. The Hospitality Hangout is powered by our partners at Olo, the leading digital platform for restaurants, for emerging concepts to enterprise brands. Olo connects your restaurants directly to your guests with tools like Olo Pay for fast transactions, Olo Catering to grow high-volume orders, and Dispatch to power on-demand delivery through trusted courier partners. Olo really does it all. It's literally a one-stop shop for your restaurant. From online ordering and loyalty to delivery integration, data insights, Olo helps you streamline operations, delight guests, and grow your business. I love Olo. That's why I say, I love Olo. That's why I sing it. I sing it from the top of a mountain. I love Olo. Olo.com. Discover how Olo is powering the future of hospitality at Olo.com. That's Olo.com. Olo, I love you. Anyway, all right, now let's jump. We got to jump right into a little quick fire. Get Barry out of here on time. I'm jumping into a quick fire. Barry, are you ready for quick fire?
Yes.
All right, here we go. If you said no, I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. I'm not ready yet.
Thankfully, no one's ever said no.
I'm not ready yet. Give me a half an hour.
Because usually by this point of the show, they're like, can I get out of here?
I got to get him out of here. All right. If you're in charge of the playlist, let's say you, me, and Jimmy are driving cross country. I don't know what the hell we're doing. What music are you playing?
Gosh, a lot. How about some, Marvin Gaye?
Can't go wrong with Marvin Gaye.
AC/DC, Journey.
AC/DC,
I like that.
Marvin Gaye, Journey. That's good.
David Gray. A little bit of David Gray in there.
Here we go.
What was the last thing that Mr. Barry McGowan Googled? What was your last Googling or whatever your search engine is? ChatGPT.
Who the heck is
The
Schatzberg and Jimmy?
Hospitality Hangout. I want to see what the latest episode is.
Who signed me up for this?
Yeah. Was it really the Hangout? No, come on.
Yeah, it was just,
You're like, I don't know. I don't know about this. All right, listen, let's talk bagel talk, okay? There are no bagels at Fogo de Chão, are there?
Nope.
How does Barry McGowan get a bagel? How does he take his bagel?
Well, my wife makes them. She mills her own wheat, and she makes the flour, and she makes her own bagel, and she puts it in the air fryer, whatever
the
those
drop.
things,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She makes her
Whatever
own
that little air
bagels?
fryer. She cooks it in, so I get it out hot, right out of there, fresh baked, and I just put butter on it, and I put a little bit of mineral salt. That's it.
Oh,
How long have you been married?
Homemade bagels.
Almost 30 years.
Where did you
Almost
find
30.
this woman that's making her own bagels?
I know.
Awesome.
It's
You
kinda
tell
crazy.
me anyone you've ever heard of Jimmy making your own bagels.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Your wife has never made a bagel.
She's from East Texas. Let me tell you, that show you. Wow.
I mean, you found
East
a
Texas.
keeper there making her own
And she- I know.
bagels. Holy
Well,
shit.
that's
I
right.
think it might last.
Yeah, 30 years. It's I mean, that is really I am very impressed by that. Okay. What's your all-time favorite sauce or condiment? What is Barry McGowan's sauce or condiment preference?
Well, I tell you, the one I use most common on everything,
Yes.
is Tabasco. And then if I have a chance with protein, it's always chimichurri. I love chimichurri.
Chimichurri. Yeah, Tabasco.
Chimichurri.
I got to tell you, like hot sauce, you got to admit, it has, like, when we grew up, it was Tabasco. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Then Cholula comes along and they green Tabasco. To kids today, they are hot sauce nuts, right?
Oh, I know.
And you go to the supermarket, it's like the entire aisle now is everybody's got hot sauce and it's really unbelievable. If you were to challenge Jimmy Rye to a game of Dance Dance Revolution, I don't even know why this is there unless Barry has some affinity towards Dance Dance Revolution, that video game. What are your better odds of beating it? Is that a game that you like to play, Dance Dance Revolution?
I have to say, if I'm going to dance with you two in this game and win, I know, look, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat you both. But Jimmy, look, I have to say, Michael, since he's in the restaurant industry, he's a restaurant guy. He's a little bit more, he's going to have the moves.
Oh, I got the moves,
so
baby.
I'll go against you if I want to win.
Like Mick Jagger, baby.
You know what? I rarely concede these things to Shatsy. I'll give them this one because I've been told I dance like no one's watching, and I think there's a lot of truth in that. I think this.
We have to make sure, Jimmy, that if you're going to dance, we have to make sure that we see you. Anyway, I got to tell you, this was, Barry, it is a pleasure to have you on. We have to get you out of here in just a few minutes, so I want to keep true to that. Jimmy, take us home, wrap it up, because we said a lot.
No, Barry, thank you so much for joining us, and not just for a podcast episode, but really for the leadership that you and some amazing other CEOs are taking in the commitment to end childhood hunger. Again, the leadership that you all, as well as No Kid Hungry and Share Our Strength, it's amazing, and we're happy to be just a small part and put a spotlight on it, and we're certainly going to be throughout the next couple of weeks promoting how folks can get involved, help contribute, and hopefully scale this up to completely address the issue. The goal is 31 million kids to be part of the program, and we want to contribute to making that happen. If anyone wants to get in touch with Barry directly, you can email the podcast team at podcast@brandonstrategic.com. We'd be happy to make that happy. And again,
Happen.
I said happy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm usually the one that can't.
We'll make you happy by making that happen.
And how do I check out where all these Fogo de Chãos are? Is it just
Fogo.com.
Fogo.com?
That's a good URL.
Did you always have that? Or did you have to pay a lot of money because someone what does that call when someone gets it? Oh, you had it the whole time?
Yeah. URL, it's ours, Fogo.com.
You guys were ahead of the curve on that. They're like, I think this internet might be something.
That's a good
You're like, maybe we should get this. Maybe we should get every Fogo de Chão variation. You know what I mean?
Fogo.
Well, you know the fire. You know Fogo is fire in Portuguese, right? You know the fire emoji.
Yeah.
When you see that, that's Fogo.
Oh, my God, that makes it so easy. I love that. All right, listen, everybody. Barry, thank you for the amazing work you're doing at No Kid Hungry. It's for the amazing work that you're doing, feeding everybody at the restaurants and hiring some really incredible people that said, I don't know if there's any future for me anywhere. And you say, yes, there is. You're fantastic. we can hire you and train you over here at our restaurant. And I got to tell you, if you haven't subscribed, check out the hospitalityheadline.com. It is our newsletter with over 400,000 readers now every Saturday morning. And Barry is absolutely stunning, Jimmy. He's got a hair like Stalin. If you want to see Barry and you want to have a look at Jimmy and I, check us out on YouTube at Hospitality Hangout, and you can see how gorgeous Barry is, how not gorgeous Jimmy and I are. So cheers, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you,
Cheers.
Barry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.